Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Emo Tempest and we've reached the water portion of the Resurgence of Power set review. As you know, is my favorite element, and my goodness did we get a lot of help this time. I felt like water was lacking for a little bit, so we went to wind. But we never stop playing it whenever we can. So yeah, very excited for this review. Thanks for hanging out with me, and yeah, hope you like it, hope you learned something. Let's talk. First, Ash. She's got a nice full art, which I will be collecting 3 of. The cost required to cast Ash is reduced by 1 for each water backup. And EX burst. When Ash enters the field, choose a forward until the end of the turn and loses 2,000 power for each water backup. So, yeah, we're going to come in and kill something. And she's cheap. So we like these very much. So she's a queen, I think, now for the first time, right? I don't remember her being queen before. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's kind of a kick in the butt, but that's all right. She's still a good card. Don't even care. False Hero. You can discard Job Mannequin instead of paying of the CP cost to cast False Hero. The mannequin forwards you other than False Hero you control gain 2,000 power, so not a bad one, honestly. Ingrid. Yeah, no, I didn't need this one in full art, unfortunately, but when Ingrid is put from the field into the break zone, remove all the characters in your opponent's break zone. So it leaves the summons still. If 5 or more cards are removed from this from the game by this effect, draw a card. So an interesting 11 2-cost forward. I think it's cool. Considering we'll talk about it in a bit. We have some protection towards our break zone. This is a good card to play, and just like vamp for it and then get rid of all your opponent's stuff, draw a card. So interesting, very good. It should see some play. I don't know how many, but L3 is going to be very fun for water. Echidna. When Echidna enters the field, choose a summon in your break zone and add it to your hand. Discard a summon. Until the end of the turn, Echidna also becomes a forward with 8,000 power, and when Echidna attacks or blocks, draw a card. You can only use this ability once per turn. Yeah, so very interesting. I don't like that I have to discard a summon for this, and I know it gets this one back, but you know, effectively it's free, right? You're pitching a summon to play a 2-cost forward that can eventually be summoned and attack and draw cards. So it's going to be a solid card, all things considered. If you're able to cheat this one in with you know, one of the other guys, it's also going to just net you some value, and I think the value in general that it brings will always be very important. So this might work. This monster especially would work well in that, like, that latest iteration of Mono Water with its like 20 summons and 8 backups kind of thing. So this will sit alongside Tros and Blue Worm very well. Kalmia. All cards in your break zone cannot be chosen by your opponent's summons or abilities. The power of forwards you control cannot be decreased by your opponent's summons or abilities. So just a note, right? I can still get Misdragoned here because it said cannot be chosen, but you can be removed altogether. So something to keep a note of. And then the forwards not being able to be decreased is very good. So I like that. Clouded Darkness. Yeah, when Cloud Darkness enters the field, each player selects a forward they control, then put all other forwards, then the selected forward into the break zone. So just an original Cloud Darkness, you know, Opus 1 or whatever, in backup form now, which we're okay with. Water needed a little more control like this too, so I like this while developing board as well. Yeah, needless to say, all the cards we've gone through are all very good, and we should see a lot of play. False Hero being the least impactful, but yeah. T'Chaka. The forwards of element other than water lose 1,000 power, and when T'Chaka attacks, all forwards your opponent controls lose 2,000 power. I'm not gonna lie, even in a mono water build, I might just run one of these for like a bit of a, you know, snafu for my opponent. He does a lot of work, I think, and in Sealed and Limited he did very much good work too. Nerine. If you control a Job Princess, Nerine gains 2,000 power. When the princess enters the field, draw a card, and this effect will only trigger once per turn. So yeah, Job Princess Bodies double. So yeah, not a bad card, I think. The more, unfortunately, I think the closer we get to L3, this card might see a little less viability and like, but in general, solid choice, I think. This one is by far the funniest looking one, Geomancer, but this is the generic standard unit backup that we get this set, and yeah, water should be able to make use of this one as well. Rune Fencer. When he enters the field, choose a forward, loses 4,000 power into the end turn. When he enters the field, you may pay a kicker 2 water and a power colorless. Choose a forward, he loses 7,000. So you could try to kill 2 things, or you can reduce something by 11,000. So not bad, I guess, but I don't know, not necessary. Leviathan. I'm very happy for this one. If you cast Leviathan, you remove 10 water cards from your break zone from the game as an extra cost. Choose an auto ability triggered from a forward. Make sure to be, I had to bring note to that. Cancel its effect. If it's paid the extra cost and that forward is on the field, return that forward to its owner's hand. So 2 things here. One, I love and I dislike this card, right? So I'm glad Water got something like this. It was very overdue, I think. I'm glad more of the other elements are getting, counters, as we like to call them. I guess it's limited that it's from a forward, which kind of sucks. We're still going to get Totoed every now and then. But also, why would I pay the kicker to give you the forward that I just negated back to your hand so you can cast it again? I felt like that's a little underwhelming. Like, if I had paid the kicker, do I draw 1 discard or draw 2 discard? Kind of stuff like that. I think would have been better. But in my head, I don't see any reason why I would give you that forward back. Do you know what I mean? Might just be me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Renoa. Warp 2. When Renoa enters this field, you may pay X. When you do so, choose a forward of cost 2 or less, of cost X or less, and put it into the break zone. Reveal an Angelo Cannon, which I wish we'd get an Angelo card already. Reveal forward in your hand. Choose a forward. Reveal 1 forward in your hand. That's all the cost, right? And then choose a forward. Deal it damage equal to the power of the forward you revealed. I mean, that's cool too. I'm down for that, right? Pretty low cost, pretty decent. The warp is chill. I'm not mad about this card. I like this card a lot. Yeah, very good, very good. Luna Freya. Warp 4, 2 water. When it enters the field, draw 2 cards. Enters the field due to warp, draw a card. Yeah, I'm going to play probably 2 or 3 of these, I think. This turn, when she comes in, is absurd. There's no way... Yeah, this card is very good. This card is going to see a lot of play, I think. Leo, EX Burst. When Leo enters the field, choose a forward, return it to its owner's hand. If you control 7 or more Job Standard units... 2 or more Job Standard units, put it on top of its owner's deck instead. Not bad. Searchable, FFCC, another Leo. I think this is the best looking Leo we've gotten so much. He's very, very, very cute. Yeah, just add to the EX burst count. I love it. Yeah, it should be. It's a decent card. I can't get mad about it. There's gonna be very few here in this water that I think are bad. Lena, the legendary. I'm super excited for this. I have not seen one of these full arts in person yet at the time of recording, so I'm really excited to get my hands on one. All cards in your break zone cannot be removed from the game by your opponent's summons or abilities. You can remove 12 water cards in your break zone from the game. Choose 1 water forward in your break zone, play it onto the field. You can only use this ability during your turn. What's crazy is, it doesn't even say once per turn, right? So in a weird world, at the end of the game, right, somewhere in the late game, the grind has happened. I have Lena out. I can remove 24 things and reborn 2 forwards. It's crazy. Yeah, and there's no cost too, so give me back my, Lord of Worrell, or, anything really. I don't know. Crazy good card. I think it's very, very cute and can, protect. I like the idea of protecting my break zone. This was something I think I needed in the Scions list, the Water Lightning Scions list, because that was getting annoying. So I don't know. It's a very good card. It's going to keep us afloat for the rest of the year. She is going to be a high chase card in my opinion. So sell them or hold them. I say hold them honestly. Len, tap, draw a card, you can only use this ability if you've cast a summon this turn. I like this card a lot for what it can do. In turns when you're kind of still ramping and like, you know, controlling and holding off your opponent, this is going to be a lot of value. So I'm confident this land will see play. This Waka too. I hate that I'm going to have to play this. Yes. I have a Kingdom Hearts art, but that's fine. EX Burst, 3 costs. When he enters the field, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a water or category 10 card among them to your hand, and return the other cards to the bottom of the deck in any order. So, 2 things. This is pretty much like that Geomancer with extra juice, right? EX Burst and can get a 10 cat 10 card. I love everything about this card. Onion Knight, so we're at the tricolor ones, I mean the dual color ones, right? So Onion Knight, Lightning, and Lilith we talked about in our Lightning review. Onion Knight's a little low impact for me. The legendary Lightning is surprisingly good. I hate that I have to play both Lightnings and Odins, like to use her second effect. And Lilith should be a lot of fun. I think Dancers is still on the up and up, and this will contribute to that. So, but if you want to hear more on those, make sure to check out the Lightning review. And we'll go into the Arciela now. I also kind of talked about this one during the Fire review, but I'm going to give you a few more thoughts on this one. So, at the beginning of the attack phase, during each of your turns, you may reveal any number of cards from your hand. When you do reveal 3 or more fire, choose a 4, deal it 7,000. Reveal 3 or more water, draw a card. And then, if you reveal both effects will trigger, okay? That being said, if these... so, like, honestly, I wish she was Water Earth, right? So she wouldn't jump from where she was to where she is now. It would have been more in my favor. I think, realistically, you're most likely going to be drawing the cards every turn, which isn't bad, right? You guys have known my philosophy. If you've been with me for a while, and if you're not, this is my basic school of thought. If you're not drawing 3 to 4 cards a turn, you're not doing it right. So, yeah, this is going to contribute to that. Now, outside of, you know, Lakshmi and other stuff, we're going to need new draw engines going forward into the L3 territory. I think Arciela is going to be that for us mostly, right? Because, you know, you're going to deploy her and then try to enter battle. Either your opponent responds or you're drawing a card, right? So she's going to pay for herself pretty quickly. She's going to be 1 CP pretty quickly. If not, she's going to use up your opponent's resources even faster. Now, in a Fire Earth list, which I will be showing shortly, eventually, you're gonna get both triggers in one turn, right? You can, if all 3 of your cards are dual fire, you know, you have another Arciela, the next Jet, right, or whatever, Jet, and then even a Yuzuki in your hand, in a weird world, right? You're gonna get, or even the Furion that we haven't talked about yet, you're gonna get both effects. So, just something to think about. This card is gonna be an engine on its own. It should be threatening. I don't necessarily like the full art. It doesn't really show me much. Like, she's not, I don't see legs. I know that she has a dagger now, I guess, but that's about it. I don't know. I don't think it's a good art. I just don't think the full art contributes much. Jet. Again, another L3 situation here. I still prefer, you know, Jet Block, but Jet Beam is just as good. Until the end of the turn, though, you can pay a water and a fire, and then he gets everything, which I love. And then choose a forward and deal it 8,000 damage. So he's got some cool effects here. If you're able to trigger his first effect, then he can swing, and then eventually take something out too, right? Like, so very good. And then Furion, my guy. So if you control 5 or more characters, Furion gains haste. And when Furion attacks, draw out a card. So already a lot of value. 5 or more characters is the easiest thing you're going to be able to do. Discard a card. If you discard a card as Fire Element, until the end of the turn, Furion gains 2,000 power. And First Strike. If the discarded card is Water, Furion gains 2,000 power and until the end of the turn. And activate Furion. So, there's a lot of things happening here. So, yeah, he's just good, cheap, very useful. That first effect is probably the most important thing. Remember, we were talking about drawing engines and drawing cards, right? On this same turn, if you reveal 3 cards with Arciela, you're drawing a card, he's going to attack, you're going to draw another card. We've reached my draw 3 to 4 cards a turn, and by that rule, means we're doing it right. You should be winning, son. So, yeah, Water was very, very, very strong in my opinion, this set. I would my top 5 are definitely going to be Ash Echidna, the Leviathan, Lunafreya, and probably the Waka. The elves, obviously, they're just legendaries, right? They're great. Furion and Lena. And Lightning is like also considered water here, so not bad. But, you know, honorable mentions, obviously, Kamiya and Cloud of Darkness, T'Chaka, and even Len, right? These guys, too. I don't know. Water was a big hit this set, I think. A lot of things to play with. Yeah, look forward to mono water decks and water variants in my channel. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked it. Please let me know which one are you most excited for, or which one are you most annoyed for, right? Because they're all going to be problematic, I think. And so I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll catch you on the next one.